Welcome to Classic Auto Rescues. I'm Tim Johnston and this is the Plymouth Dumpster. We just pulled this thing out of the woods a couple weeks ago. We had a video go and do really well, lots of attention. People love this car. The number one thing I got was wash the dang thing. So in this video, we're gonna wash it, we're gonna gut the interior, we're gonna get this engine freed up. Now if you haven't seen the first video on this car, this thing is absolutely disgusting. I call it the Plymouth Dumpster for a reason. Inside we have snake skins hanging from the dash, tons of rodent carcasses, all types of droppings and everything. I'm gonna glove up and mask up and go to town on this interior. We're gonna take the carpet out, seats out, vacuum everything, and then whenever we go to wash the car, I'll power wash everything. But first we're gonna start in the engine. After sitting for 40 years, of course it was locked up. So we took plugs out and sprayed PB Blaster in it and it would set for a few days. Now we can get a little bit of play in the engine on the crank there, but it'll only go about little turn, about a quarter, until it stops solid. So we're guessing the valves are stuck. So we're gonna take the valve covers off and lubricate and spray some penetrant on those valves, hit them with a hammer, get them freed up. Then we should be able to get a full rotation out of the engine. And then we're gonna put our plugs back in, and then that way we can spray the whole engine bay down whenever we take it to wash it. And when we put a ratchet on here, it turns real easy for about half a turn, and then it just stops solid. Go back and forth with it. It's good, and then it just stops. So just wanted to show you that. That's our reasoning behind thinking that it's the valves that are sticking. Just a little side note, I respond to every single comment. So if you just want to chat about cars or dusters or anything else, drop a comment and I'll reply to you. This should be a pretty quick operation. We got one of these handy dandy electric ratchets that should buzz these off real quick.
Look at that, it's still got oil standing.
They look really good.
Wow.
Just a little bit of surface rust.
It looks awesome.
It looks great. Yeah, that one moved, that one moved. And that's it.
Look how clean the inside of the valve covers are.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Even says Mopar.
318, 340, 360. Holly Mickey Thompson. Maybe you got these off the shelf.
What the hood for?
Just in the springs.
Yeah, spring. See, there should be a little bit of springage. See how that feels kind of solid?
That one's definitely solid.
Not solid. See there? That one.
Solid.
Yeah.
Well, one of these, do they move equally? It's like if one moves over here in the same set, one's gonna move over here.
No. It'd be whatever. All springy so far?
Yes.
All springy?
I think so. Right there?
Mm-hmm. Gently. Solid.
Seems to be. That one's free. 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 Solid.
Giving a good spray down the spring and then tap her a little harder to get her going. Moving?
I don't think so. Well, maybe. The sound's definitely changed. I think that one's free now.
You got it free.
But that other one's not.
Hit her with some WD.
All these are good. It's just that one. So what we're dealing with right now is a stuck valve. All of these are free. This first valve here was stuck, but it's since come free. But the very back one, it was stuck going down, but you could get it to move with a hard enough hit, but now it won't come back up. So we're just gonna soak it, let it sit, and then come back to it. This is kind of hard to do one-handed. Or without a second pair of hands, I mean. There we go. Alright, so I'll hook the battery up. You crawl in there, test brake lights and dash lights and everything, yeah.
You hook the battery up, crawl in there. You sit, pull it out.
Kind of scared of what I'm gonna find.
Maybe a pistol. Hanging up on the carpet.
You got a stick,
Kind of stick.
a poker. So I don't have to touch this crap?
This work for you?
Yes.
It's two-piece carpet there.
I'm punching right through it. Snake skin is down.
What are you looking for?
Make sure the dumpster is still close. Okay. Look at all that. See all that crap? Look at all that nastiness. Gonna save on the floor mat though. I'll see how much I actually save on this floor mat because it's a Mercury floor mat, not a Plymouth. It's now time to put the mask on. Also, it's starting to rain, but luckily we're under a big old tree, so that shouldn't matter. All these bolts are coming out really easy, and I'm really trying to hurry. Mom made tacos, so I'm trying to get to the stopping point, which would be to get all the seats and carpet out so I can go eat some dang tacos. I'm starving. Yikes. Let's get the floor mats out of here first. Although I think that's kind of stuck to the floor mat. It's kind of crazy that this is the only like major bit of rust in the floors. The other floorboards are not like that at all. They have some pretty serious surface rust, but definitely no holes. So Dad was telling me earlier how to take the seat out. Apparently you push and then pull up. So push and pull up. Maybe I gotta get in the middle. Oh, by the way, what do you guys say we go through this here glove box or center console? I did not do that in the last video. So all you do is you push the button and it folds up like that. So first thing we got is some K-Null pain reliever tablets from Kmart. When was the last time anyone saw a Kmart around here? Okay. Which side's the cleaner side? I think I like this side better. Carpenter pencil. A little shoe. Some sort of Chrysler Mopar part that was shipped to my local Orchlands. Does it have a year? 1981. That's pretty cool. I don't know what this is. Some sort of money receipt for $20. This looks like the old feller's wife who I bought the car from. Has her name on there. 1986. So that confirms that 1986 was probably when they stop driving it. So chapstick. Chapette. What the heck is chapette? Never heard of that. What do you think it looks like? This stuff's still in there. Lemon flavored. Vehicle license renewal application. This says 1985 on it. Oh, that's for a Honda. Yeah, that ain't for this car. Tire pressure gauge. Oh, nice one. This thing's heavy. Milton, made in the USA. There we go. I found a 22 long rifle. Alrighty, all the seats are now out of this thing. As I said before, a little bit of weight reduction. That's all that I could find. The floors are quite thin. You could definitely see the floorboards flexing whenever I was putting some pressure on them. The back seat came up all right. There's a lot of crap under there, of course. But I didn't have any problems getting any of the seats out, really. All the nuts and bolts came out very easily. Here's all the stuff here. Here's what's left of the original build sheet. Not a lot. So I don't know if I'm even going to try to get that out of there because it'll just destroy it. So I'm sure that'll tear so easy. But what can this tag tell me? Can any of you guys tell me that? I don't know if you can read those numbers or not. Got that snake skin out of here, and really almost all the carpet. There's still a couple pieces that are like stuck to that right there. I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna, whenever we get to the car wash, maybe before, I'll go ahead and sweep this out with a broom, and then whenever we get to the car wash, I'll just hit everything real nice like. Also, Dad's been messing with the door a little bit. There's a little piece up there that connects to the outdoor button. The button wasn't working, like it wouldn't let it open. Well, he put a little, like it just wasn't making contact with the door latch. So he put a little piece of a rubber hose on there, and it works perfectly now. Watch how easy this door shuts. Like not even like new doors shut this easy. Look at that. And that's all the way shut. That's crazy. It opens right up, no problem. You'd think this car was sitting for, I don't know, 2 years rather than 40. This door shuts just as good. Well, I don't know if I'll say it's good, but pretty dang good. All you can hope for. Better, way better. Really, way more than what you can hope for. Like, that's really nice. And I found this guy underneath. Is this some sort of like old school exhaust system? Looks like a barrel of like a Browning M1919 machine gun or something. If you guys know what this is, let me know. 'Cause that's obviously done on purpose. I'm guessing this is what they did for their street pipe. I don't know. I'm vacuuming out the car now, just get all this crap out of here so whenever I wash it, it's not just making a rusty, mousy goulash concoction. And I pull that little door off, that thing is just packed with whatever that is. But we're getting her all cleaned out, and then we're gonna go wash it right after. So I got this stuff called Totally Awesome Cleaner, and we've used it on interiors in the past. And we're gonna use it on the actual car this time to help break down a lot of this grime and nastiness. Now I made the fatal mistake of swiping my card on the machine before actually doing this, so I don't have to miss out on a couple dollars worth of time. You can already see this stuff starting to come off really well. Look at that nastiness. Just soak it all down. I'm using a new POV camera rig. Hopefully it's getting some good shots here. Kind of taking a risk. I have two cameras set up, so if one of them doesn't film, the other one will. You can already see that some of this crap is starting to come off, like right there. It's already coming off. That yellow doesn't look too bad underneath. Hopefully all this nastiness and growth preserved the paint underneath. I doubt it, but a boy can hope, right? And look, it's already starting to come off real nice. Woo, doggy! Look how nasty this is. That's awesome. I might as well just keep pressing the button. I know it's gonna take a lot. We've got 10 minutes of time. It's gonna be like a $30 car wash. We got this real cool open bay. Let's start on this side. I'll move the camera around with where we're going. Oh my gosh. I barely hit that. Look how beautiful that yellow is. That is beautiful. All right, before we go anymore, look how much this paint has already changed. That is absolutely incredible. Now it looks like this camera here, it cut off a little early. I think the water hit the screen and made it click buttons. But look at that paint. It is already so much stinking better. It didn't get all of it. I'm gonna come back with some of that Totally Awesome cleaner, hit the outside again, then we'll get the engine bay and the interior. No way. Is that a dollar bill? Score! Sitting out here in the grass. know, it's too bad I don't have a drain plug on this floorboard. (1972) Plymouth Duster. Yeah, it's a Duster, 72. And it's been parked about 5 miles that way for about 40 years in a field.
You got a 318 in it or
340.
340?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. It was the first wash in like 40 years.
Automatic or?
Yeah, it's automatic. Yep.
Well, if you put some money and fix it up, that will be slick.
I hope so. It had all the growth on it.
The other side,
Yeah.
has it been on par or is it just where the paint come off?
No, it was. He hit a deer at some point, so he had to replace the grill and the hood. That's why they're purple. And then I think his kid hit the fender while he was sitting or something. That would have been pretty purple.
With that black stripe, it's sharp. Yeah, that's a nice little ride there, buddy.
Yep, we're gonna have to pull the engine. One of the valves is stuck, so we're gonna have to go down to the heads and.
Them are simple motors work on over there. I mean, everything's right
Yep.
here.
Yep.
I mean,
We had to get the whole interior.
yeah.
That's really the only rust in the floorboards right there. All the others are good. But it had snake skins hanging from the dash and under the seats and everything, full of acorns and dead mice and all sorts of things.
Them floorboards ain't hard to change.
Yeah, I've already watched videos on it, and I think I can do it myself.
Yeah, you can. You don't have to have that done.
Yeah, take a grinder to it and patch it in.
You got a headliner? Yeah.
It's got the headliner, little damage right there, but yep. I power washed the whole inside too.
Oh yeah.
It was gross.
Make a nice little ride, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yep. I looked at that. I thought, is that a Duster? What is that car? I had to go over and look at it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night. I'm using that dollar I found to hopefully buy myself a Sprite. See if we're in stock here. Yes! The fruits of my labor. That is the best thing I've ever tasted. Yep. Yep. Thanks. It's been sitting in a field about 4 miles that way for like 40 years. I just pulled it out last weekend. Yeah, a little work. Yeah. Yes, sir. Have a good night. Dang, I should have handed those people business cards. Didn't even think about it. Well, after all the washing and everything, this car has turned out way better than I thought it would. That yellow's even kind of came back. You can see some spots where there's some runs right there. It really needs a hand wash, I think. A hand wash would get rid of a lot of the streaks and everything. And then I might even try to buff it. I mean, the inside's pretty much the same. It'll all drain out and everything in time. But clean it up a little bit. It looks a lot better. I was running out of time and quarters, so I didn't get everything off here. This patina is actually kind of cool looking. You see where it's starting to eat through the paint. Right here, definitely getting down to the metal there. Might even do like one of those Vice Grip Garage clear coats or something. I don't know. That fender also must have been replaced at some point because the line, like you can see where there used to be a stripe, but the stripe's up here. So this probably came off of a different car. And the paint's faded differently. So maybe that was off like a different, like the pale yellow. There's the twist yellow, which is what this car is, and there's like a paler yellow. I don't know what actual color that yellow was, but the little valence thing right down there is kind of the same. This is probably the original fender here. Or I could be wrong. But man, that turned out very good. I'm very happy with how that turned out. Hopefully the videoing was okay. I can't really see what I'm doing because it's on my hat. So I thought I'd try to video in a way that would make it more fun to watch. Thank you guys so much for watching Classic Auto Rescues. If you enjoyed this video, please hit me with a like and subscribe. It'd mean a lot. That's the best way to support the channel right now, unless you want to send me parts. If you see anything that you have that I need, my email is down below. Contact me and I'll figure out a way to get it to me. Just a little recap. We stripped the interior, we messed with the engine a little bit, and then we washed the whole thing. We've decided that we are going to take the engine out of the car. That valve is stuck and we cannot get it back up. And the previous owner told us that one of the lobes was worn off on the cam. So it kind of needs replaced anyways. So we decided we're going to go ahead and pull the engine and then do a tear down, maybe do a halfway rebuild, but we're definitely going to do all the gasket seals, everything. If there's any other performance stuff you guys think we should do to this engine, let me know. I don't plan, someone just did a burnout. I don't plan on boring the cylinders down unless I have to, because then I have to buy pistons and everything else. We're trying to do it somewhat budgety, but at the same time, it's a 340, so it'll be worth it to spend the money. I am located here in central Missouri, so if you did have a fender or seat covers or, you know, a floorboard or whatever, anything else that you want to give me for a good price or anything, or just send to me, let me know and we'll work something out. I also want to thank you guys so much for the support. The first video on this car has almost 90,000 views in the first week. So that's incredible. That's by far the most viewed video on my channel. It's got us up to 2,500 subscribers now, and I could not thank you guys enough. I've been making videos on this channel for over 3 years, and I've been trying to get over the 1,000 subscriber hump for so long, and we just exploded up to 2,500 subscribers. It means so much to me, it really does. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this classic auto rescue. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.